much like the Wild West, SummerSlam was full of stuff. And we're going to talk about all of it. The good, the bad, and the ugly.
I like how you brought that back around.
Yeah.
All
it's
right.
called a boomerang.
It's called Full Circle. All right, so yeah, we have 13 matches to talk about on good old SummerSlam.
So, without further ado,
we had Andrade Cien Almas and Zelina Vega defeat Rusev and Lana. Cedric Alexander retained the Cruiserweight Championship against Drew Gulak. The B Team retained the Raw Tag Team titles against the Revival. We open up the SummerSlam main card with Seth Rollins becoming the new Intercontinental Champion, defeating Dolph Ziggler. The New Day versus the Bludgeon Brothers. New Day technically won by disqualification because Eric Rowan bashed them in the head with a mallet. But the Bludgeon Brothers are still the SmackDown Tag Team Champions. Braun Strowman is still Mr. Money in the Bank because he fucking killed Kevin Owens. Charlotte defeated Carmella and Becky Lynch to become the new SmackDown Women's Champion. Samoa Joe defeated AJ Styles by disqualification because AJ lost his shit. So AJ's still champion, but Samoa Joe won the match. Elias's performance was a utter fail because he broke his guitar with his own hand. It's probably going to be revealed that Bobby Lashley sawed through it real light. Bobby Lashley's an asshole.
Something is revealed to be the cause of it because
it was a waste of space.
Yeah, it was a waste of time.
Sorry,
Elias. It could have been something really good.
Yeah, sorry, Elias, but you were a waste of space. The Miz defeated Daniel Bryan using brass knuckles provided by Maurice at ringside. Finn Balor, returning as the Demon, defeated Baron Corbin very quickly. Shinsuke Nakamura retained the United States Championship against Jeff Hardy, and Randy Orton did not attack him. Ronda Rousey, fucking ruined Alexa Bliss, and she is the new Raw Women's Champion. And in the main event, after taking out Braun Strowman and not allowing him to cash in, Roman Reigns is the brand new Universal Champion by defeating Brock Lesnar. Or so I heard, because I didn't watch it. All right. 13 matches, Kevin. What'd you like?
I'm just gonna get this out of the way. Brock Lesnar's not the Universal Champion anymore.
It's a good like.
He's not the Universal Champion.
Doesn't really matter who it is, just as long as it's not Brock Lesnar.
Because, with all the variables, all the different outcomes that were possible by the end of SummerSlam being Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, Braun Strowman, or Kevin Owens, at least you knew 3 of those 4 are going to show up regularly on Monday Night Raw.
Absolutely.
So, being said,
we might actually start to care about the Universal title.
Yeah, the Universal Championship might actually mean something now.
Yeah. I'm going to give my like to... Cedric Alexander versus Drew Gulak. Drew Gulak showing fantastic wrestling skills. And Cedric flying all over the place. It was a great match for the pre-show. It probably would have been just as well received on the main card, because it could have been. We really could have just got the Braun Strowman Kevin Owens thing, or even the Elias performance off of the main card, and we could have put the Cruiserweight title match on the main card.
Yeah. Because
both of those things together were shorter than the Cruiserweight title match. Yeah. Just saying. But yeah, Cedric Alexander versus Drew Gulak, fantastic match. Drew was real mad because Cedric was able to reverse his pin. They were doing a lot of pin reversals, which was cool.
Yeah.
A lot of flip-flopping back and forth.
It's one of those interesting things that it's like, okay, if Gulak is going to jump right back into title contention, what is he going to do? Because Cedric beat Gulak with a wrestling move.
Yeah. Yeah. Is it going to make Drew desperate enough to...
try a high-flying move?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Is Drew Gulak going to do a high-flying move? Drew Gulak's going to do a high-flying move. Yeah, that's my like. What did you love?
I don't know. Let me look.
I already know my love.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna go with the SmackDown Tag Team Championship match.
Yeah.
A
surprising choice.
Despite the fact that so many of the matches ended with wonky finishes,
Yeah, I think
there was
that
some DQing going on.
There was only two, that and then Joe versus AJ were the only DQ finishes.
You know, here's the thing. Out of almost all the matches, this is one of those ones where I was, and I know I talked about it at length before, and we talked about it, like, I was like, what's the point of having the New Day versus the Bludgeon Brothers again?
Right.
Because the Bludgeon Brothers just keep squashing the New Day.
Yeah.
New Day finally seemed to be able to chip away at the Bludgeon Brothers' armor here.
They came to play for sure this time.
You know, so we actually got an entertaining tag team match that went more than like 2.5 minutes.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give that my love.
Cool.
Because out of all the things that happened on SummerSlam, that by far exceeded my expectations.
All right, I dig it.
And if something can do that, if something can take a match on a card where I'm just like, I don't care about this match, and then all of a sudden I go,
yeah, because you were really mad that the bar wasn't in it.
Yeah, and then if they can get me to invest back into the match. Good for them.
Yeah.
It's good.
I'm actually going to follow your lead.
Yeah, exactly.
Because...
I actually wanted to do this one, but I left it.
I appreciate it. Finn Balor has fucking paint again. It's only been 8 months since he was able to do it last time. I think. 8 or... It's been a long fucking time. Like, the thing that makes Finn Balor... Like, his whole thing is like, hey... If I can't get it done as Finn Balor, I'm going to get it done as the Demon. He hasn't done it in almost a year. Yeah. And going into Corbin versus Finn, we're like, well...
The Demon was on maternity leave, I think. It's long enough to have a baby.
Maybe there's a baby demon somewhere.
Baby demon.
But yeah, we had Corbin come out first, and it's like, okay, here comes Finn. And then as soon as the lights dropped, all of us went, what? And then...
one of our friends who was there was like...
Yeah.
Even, like, jokingly kind of made the prediction, like, or mentioned, like, how come, why doesn't Finn do the Demon anymore?
Yeah, why has he painted up yet? And I was literally in the process of saying, no, he hasn't done it since his match with AJ Styles. And then, lo and behold...
And the idea, like, the biggest surprise out of this is, it just feels like there's no way this feud was important enough to warrant... Finn painting himself up?
No.
But he did it, and it was awesome.
I think the one thing that I can appreciate by him painting up just randomly and them not building it up is that Corbin sold it. Mm-hmm. Corbin was actually, like, afraid of painted Finn Balor, which is awesome.
Well, yeah, he's wearing a nice outfit. He didn't want to get that paint. That's
true. His boss at TGI Fridays doesn't appreciate paint on his work outfit. So, but yeah, no, it was just it was just a real quick match. Again, despite the paint, it probably could have been on the pre-show. But it wasn't. Still, I mean, like I'm saying, Finn Balor painted up, awesome. Wasn't expecting to care about this match at all. Just really wanted Finn to win. Finn just happened to win with fucking demon paint on, which is awesome. Okay, dislikes.
I got a couple. And I mean, the biggest obvious one for me is, something that we've already mentioned on this video is just Raw Tag Team Championships and Cruiserweight Championships not on the main card.
Yeah.
I guess they gave the Finn Corbin match a reason why it was going to be later in the night.
Yeah.
Doing the surprise Finn Balor.
It was still kind of a cool down because it was just before 3 title matches.
Yeah. But like you said, like the Braun Strowman Kevin Owens thing, the Elias performance fail. A lot of stuff could have taken less time.
Yeah.
The other one is just slightly unfortunate, and I don't think it's panned out nearly as effectively as WWE thought it was going to in their way. It totally was very effective, but I don't think not in the way that WWE wanted it to be.
Yeah, I know where you're
And
going.
it's Charlotte winning the SmackDown Women's Championship from Becky Lynch.
And then Becky losing her shit.
Because when Becky turns on Charlotte,
yeah,
the crowd ate it up.
Yeah, because, Charlotte is now the heel, even though she was the victim of the attack.
Yeah, it's a by proxy thing where it's like, okay, yeah, Becky's a face, Charlotte's a face, but everyone in the crowd was rooting for Becky.
Yeah.
We've seen Charlotte as champion a bajillion times. Becky has had one run so far.
Well, and the fact that the whole build to this match was Becky winning match after match after match to finally get back to it, and then Becky had no say in Charlotte just getting a match against Carmella for no reason on her first night back in months, and gets thrown in the match like 2-3 weeks before the show. I mean, everyone was way behind Becky. You can't expect people to be like, oh, Charlotte's in the match, I'd rather her win than Becky Lynch, who's been fighting tooth and nail to get to this spot. And even had to go through the ring of actually beating Carmella first. Mm-hmm. Charlotte came back, she got shit-talked a little bit, got her hair pulled, and then she got a number one contenders match, essentially. So...
yeah, I don't know. It's weird. The crowd was just firmly behind Becky when she attacked Charlotte, though.
Yeah.
On the WWE.com and the Facebook, they've got like Charlotte's emotional reaction to the Becky Lynch attack. I don't think that's going to sell it to anybody.
No. Well, we're going to find out for sure on SmackDown.
Yeah. Because
it's still going to be the same crowd.
Uh-huh.
That's going to be the first to respond to the fallout from SummerSlam. That's going to be the big tale is how are people going to react when Charlotte and or Becky is on TV.
Yeah. I don't know. To me, just as a move, other than, I feel like their end goal was just to get Becky to turn for whatever reason. Mm-hmm. I don't understand why. Because the SmackDown Women's roster is already predominantly heel.
Oh, yeah. With Carmella, both the Iconics,
Zelina Vega, Mandy Rose, Sonya
and
Deville.
Sonya, yeah. That's that's
you
six
could
heels
even
right there.
Depending on what the situation is, Lana can.
Yeah. Lana's a little bit of a tweener. She's kind of on the babyface side right now. Yeah, your real only babyfaces are Becky Lynch and Charlotte
and Naomi.
And Naomi hasn't been on in a while.
Yeah. So, whatever it is, I think 100% WWE did not garner the reaction they wanted.
Yeah, I agree.
And, it's just kind of a thing. Like, to me, it doesn't make sense. Out of everything that happened, that's just the most nonsensical ending to anything.
Yeah.
So... and that's even saying, like, the Samoa Joe AJ Styles ending, which was just, it made sense in the storyline and the way they've been building this feud to be, like, a super personal thing.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't know. Joe's just typically not one who's going to just stop mid-match and start talking on the microphone.
Yeah.
It seemed
Samoa
way
Joe's
out
a
of
killer.
character. Yeah, it seemed way out of character. So, I mean... That's just a little nitpicky thing, And do we really need to actually see Charlotte with a belt again?
No, because people have been behind Charlotte. People enjoy Charlotte. They don't need Charlotte as champion. The storyline was Becky Lynch becoming champion.
Yeah.
If you wanted Becky Lynch to turn heel, you could have easily had her pin Charlotte, have Charlotte get upset at her, and Becky just blast her in the face with the title.
Yeah.
And then there you go.
The sore winner.
Yeah. You have you're mad at me because I won. I've been fighting for this, so fuck you. Blast from the face with the title. But
what about you? You got a dislike?
My dislike. Here's the thing. I liked most of the matches. I thought the whole pre-show was solid. There were a few things I could have done without on the main card. But overall, I was just worn out. 13 matches is too much.
Yeah.
And
especially with, with TakeOver the night before.
Yeah.
Where TakeOver you have only 5, very rarely 4, 6 matches.
Yeah.
But you have this more finite number of matches that are much more energy costly.
Yeah.
Because they're usually so much faster paced.
The stories are more developed.
Yeah,
You're more involved with TakeOver, and I want to be involved with the WWE pay-per-views, but when it's 13 matches with, don't get me wrong, like I liked Seth Rollins versus Dolph. I liked New Day stepping up to the Bludgeon Brothers. I liked the triple threat, even with Charlotte winning, the triple threat match was great. It was one of Carmella's best matches.
Yeah.
Samoa Joe versus AJ was great. I love the end to Miz versus Daniel Bryan. Jeff Hardy was looking better than he has in a long time against Shinsuke. Ronda Rousey destroying Alexa was great. I didn't watch Reigns versus Brock, but I'm glad that Reigns is the champion, or at least that Brock's not the champion. But the fact that I had so many matches that I had to compute in my head, and when I come out that one of the pre-show matches and the fact that Finn Balor was painted is my favorite part of the show, it's just there's too much to try and go through. It's just it's overwhelming, and I don't need that many matches. We say it every time. TakeOver is, straight to the point, 5 matches. You know what's going on. You've had months of build-up in these matches, and you care about every single person in those matches. And then WWE's like, well, here's 13 matches, some of which we just built like a week ago. But hey, there's 13 matches. How can you go wrong with 13? You can do a lot. You can do a lot wrong with 13 matches.
It's essentially this same pattern every month for the main roster.
Yeah.
Because now we have those joint brand pay-per-views, so
yeah,
we're not getting the bi-monthly development at least.
Yeah.
It's taxing.
Yeah. So yeah, I want WWE to calm it down,
scale it back a bit.
I mean, a 3-hour pay-per-view and a 1-hour kickoff show, that's more than enough.
It's a good formula.
You don't need to add an hour to both. The best thing that TakeOver does is they're like, hey, we're gonna be on for 2 hours, and then they give you a 30-minute Johnny Gargano versus Ciampa match that tips it over that 2-hour mark. So you get more than what you were expecting, and you're still wanting more because NXT builds its characters, builds its stars, builds its feuds, and makes you care. When you're trying to make us care about 13 different storylines, it's a lot. But all in all, I enjoyed SummerSlam. More than I was expecting.
Yeah, me too.
So on that end, we'll end on a positive note. Good job for not
exceeding
sucking.
the expectations.
Okay,
in my opinion.
I'm glad you said it better than me.
And it really did. It's
Yeah. Yeah.
The SmackDown Tag Title match. The fact that there was actually a little bit of a payoff to the Corbin Finn Balor feud.
Yeah. More than what we expected. We appreciate that. But with that being said, I think that's it for SummerSlam.
I hope so.
Well, we got the week of Fallout, so we'll see what happens. But for now, guys, thanks for watching.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Click those links down below.
There's so many social media links.
There's also a podcast link.
That's the link that says SoundCloud.
You can get all of our regular reviews in podcast form. You won't get this or our NXT TakeOver review. You got to check those out here on the YouTube page. But there's also Reasonable Wrestling Fans.
It's reasonable with a W.
Like wrestling, where we have the list with Kevin Hawk. We have Question of the Week with Thomas Wolfe. We have other videos that we're looking to post very soon, but every single month we do have an unboxing where we unbox what Pro Wrestling Crate has for us. There's also punishment videos and other videos that are loosely based around wrestling. But for now, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you at whatever video you decide to watch next.
You know, despite the fact that it was a long pay-per-view, you know what it could have used more of?
Fuck Modus. They fucked Modus right off, because...
Right off the pay-per-view.
Right off the pay-per-view. 6 hours, and they weren't even on it.
Thank God.
They're probably going to be on Raw tomorrow, though.
Fuck. Modus.